Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here. And in today's GTA video, we're going to be diving deeper and discussing the potential leaked GTA 6 map that has been gaining a ton of attention and traction over the last couple of days. Now, this is actually something we've talked about previously and even in a recent video, but more recently, it's gathered a ton of steam. In fact, right now, when I'm recording this video, it's the top post on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit. With the title, Biggest GTA 6 News in 2 Years, Rockstar's unannounced GTA 6 map has reportedly been leaked. So in today's video, I'm going to be trying to go over in depth everything we know about this leaked map, where it originated from, what it looks like, if it could be real, and a whole lot more. So it looks like things originated on Twitter. Now, it was originally posted to Reddit back on December 2018, so almost 2 years ago. And it ended up coming from this pretty mysterious Twitter account. This Twitter account is 1985. And what makes the Twitter account so mysterious is they only have one tweet. They're only following one person, which is Video Game Marketing. And their one tweet consists of 2 images with the hashtag Vice City and the hashtag GTA Roman numeral VI. And these are the 2 images right here. This is the first one, which shows 1985 in a white rectangle in sort of this pinkish font. And it looks like it was a photo taken of a computer screen. As you guys can see in the top left, there seems to be like a piece of paper or a sticky note, something that someone might place on like a monitor to tell them something about what's going on. And you guys can see there that it looks like this is based off of Vice City, some sort of swamplands, and then an island which is located off the coast to the east side, on the southeast side. So that was the first one that was posted right there. And the second one that was posted sort of gave us a bit more detail. This one looks like it's almost a screenshot of the 2 images put together. So on the right-hand side, it looks like it has the photo that is taken overlaid on what is like a digital drawing of the map. And you can also see that there's a handful of various versions here, one super zoomed in, one super zoomed out, which also provides us a view of another island that is located incredibly far down south. Now, we don't know if the scale of this is accurate because that looks like it is so far away from the main island. But as you guys can see there, there's the main island, there's one to the east, and then there's a handful that are scattered kind of in the middle, and then one very far in the bottom right-hand corner. So all of that happened in December 2018. Then just a couple of days ago, on October 9th, 2020, on a 4chan thread, this image was posted right here. Now, they didn't say what game this was attached to, but if you guys notice something similar here, it correlates very, very closely to the island in the very bottom, or in the southern portion of the map. Now, it looks like there's a few details that have been changed, such as where the island is split by the sea. However, most noticeably, there is that lake in the middle and the city that wraps around the western portion. So that's incredibly interesting because what we've got here is either the world's biggest coincidence, where these 2 images happen to be incredibly similar to each other, which might only validate the leak itself, or whoever this person was who posted this on 4chan just happened to see a interesting GTA 6 leak and decided, I can create a similar version and throw the internet into a spin. So I think that's really the 2 probable outcomes here as far as what has gone on with this. Now, there was a user on the GTA forum site, Arthur Bell, who created his own topic, GTA 6 Rumored Map Analysis thread, where he actually talked a lot about this, made some good points, and even broke it down in this image right here, which I'll show you guys on the screen. So you can see here, he has outlined what looks to be major landmarks, such as towns and cities, and it looks like there's about 6 total big-time towns here. And he's outlined what they could be. If this is supposed to be based off of Vice City and Florida, this is what it's likely going to be. As you can see, number 1 there, that's likely Cape Coral or Fort Myers. Number 2 would be Orlando. 3 would be some sort of homestead. Number 4, clearly the Miami area. Number 5, the Bimini Islands. 6 would be Cuba or Puerto Rico. And then anything with a question mark is potentially a town. So it looks like there's a lot going on these couple of islands here. So it's fairly easy to guess where Miami is in this entire thing. Even though this would be Rockstar reimagining Vice City, it does involve it moving up on the main island, when Miami in real life obviously is going to be a little bit further south. Now, we also don't know if this map is real, how much of it has changed to date. Because remember, we saw this in 2018. Now this new photo has come out in 2020. But who knows how far along that was? Is that a recent photo? Is that one that was from a couple of years ago? We really don't know. Now, one of the things that is interesting is why the area of Miami seems to be detailed when the rest of the map doesn't seem to be as highly detailed. So here's sort of what they look like side by side. And it looks like in this leaked image that we're getting, there is a ton of detail in the roads and the cities, just like there would be if it was real life. However, when you bring them side by side, there is a noticeably large difference in the distance, detail, and scale. And Arthur, on his thread, even pointed out that the airport on the left only shows 2 runways. He goes on to say, on top of that, there is a nearby racetrack and casino in both images, likely correlating to the Halaya Racing and Casino. With that concern, the scaling is rather similar to GTA 5's layout and is not meant to be a perfect replica of Miami. In fact, he even went the extra step and he pretended that the Los Santos airport was the same distance as Vice City's. And so he was actually able to figure out how wide the island actually was. And it looks like at the sort of southern point of the island that it's about 5 kilometers wide. So he goes on to say this is not an exact scale, but it is intended to come as close to possible with what we have at the moment, since we technically only have a few images from this leak. He says the mainland is about 5 to 7 kilometers long from west to east, expanding as it goes north. When comparing it to the GTA 5 map, I believe it's a similar set. And if we're to believe that Rockstar Games continues building on their scale, then we may have evidence that this is a legitimate map. And another user on that thread has also compiled what all the images look like and pieced them together. So on the left-hand side, you have the leaked and rumored map, and on the right-hand side, you obviously have GTA 5's map. And so when they're all put together, it's really not all that far-fetched to believe this is what the map could look like. Because look how similar they are. I mean, on the right, you've got Los Santos, and on the left, you would have a reimagined version of Miami and Vice City. And they roughly look the same scale and size, but obviously there's a lot of differences there. So if Rockstar were to keep the same vibes that we're getting in GTA 5, which I do like the Grand Theft Auto 5 map, it looks like this is a way in which they could very easily pull something like that off, while keeping the same shape, scale, and size, and all the things that players loved from Grand Theft Auto 5, just putting it into the new map for GTA 6. So that's a really good side-by-side comparison to give you an idea that when all the islands are put together, it's not all that much bigger than GTA 5, and it's roughly the same scale and shape, too. Now, what makes this entire thing interesting is something that has previously happened to Rockstar with actually their most recently released title, Red Dead Redemption 2, which came out in 2018, but back in 2016, the entire Red Dead Redemption 2 map basically leaked. Now, it was a little bit different than the final version. Obviously, there were tweaks and changes, things added and removed, but for the most part, the design, the scale, the shape, the size, everything was the same. And so it happened to Red Dead Redemption 2. And so it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility that this is, in fact, a real, or at least a portion of the real GTA 6 map. And so at the end of the day, I believe this map leak is credible, especially with the extra piece that leaked out this week that corroborates one of the islands. The fact that they're like the exact same size. Now, again, it's likely that someone with a ton of free time on their hand could have made this up based off of something they'd seen in the past, but I think that's a little bit less likely. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to confirm if this indeed is true until we actually see the first official footage for GTA 6, and who knows when that might actually be. I mean, we haven't even heard anything official from Rockstar, so at this point in time, it might be a couple of years before we see anything, like footage-wise, from GTA 6. But at this stage, I'm leaning towards the fact that it might be too much work to be fake. So I do believe there is some credibility behind this entire thing. So that right there is pretty much everything we know so far about the leaked GTA 6 map. and what it looks like, the sort of locations, the size, the setting, how real it could potentially be. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this leaked GTA 6 map. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.